So my club face wants to be open. If I do this, I can square it up to the target. All right, so here's something we can do to get rid of that. Now that was not bad. All right, so that was definitely not an over-the-top type of a swing, and that's what I want to talk about. I want to talk about something you can do to help you get out of this over-the-top thing. Okay. Now, if you watched any of our videos, you know one of the things I've talked about is people who play with an open club face, they're incentivized to swing the club over the top or out to in because it helps their club face get more square relative to the target. But it always puts slight spin on it, especially with the driver. Okay, so I hope it makes sense, but just real quick to explain it again. So if you grab a hula hoop here, right? So normally we would want to swing the club with our hula hoop basically, you know, parallel, I shouldn't say parallel, the bottom of the hula hoop, this is the direction of it right at the target. The trouble is that when someone has an open club face, they're incentivized to swing to the left, okay, a right-handed golfer, so that their club face gets more square. Does that make sense? So my club face wants to be open. If I do this, I can square it up to the target. All right, so here's something we can do to get rid of that, okay? We can use momentum and centripetal force to our benefit. And here's what I mean by that. If we are really overly controlling the club with our hands, if we bring the club like back behind us, basically off plane is what we'd say. So if I start my swing this way, right, and I get back here, my club is in a position where it's hard to get back to the ball, so it's really easy to make this move. Okay, so if we can get this club working more in a true swing, our path is going to get better right off the bat. Okay, so if I get rid of this and I grab like a training aid, this Skills Gold Flex thing, right? It's heavy, and I just kind of get it moving, right? It wants to swing around my body, and it wants to swing on a plane. I can even see, looking at the blur there, that it's swinging on a path that's going out towards the target, not this way, right? So if I get more in my hitting position here, right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to start this with my shoulders. And what's also cool is see right here how it's hitting the ground. As I create some speed and momentum, what happens is it starts to come up off the ground, because as I create centripetal force, it pulls away from me and it wants to extend away from me. Okay? Hear a little whoosh? Okay? So I can just look down on that and see I'm creating a really nice swing path. So that path is moving a lot more towards the target than the path of somebody who would hit a big old slice. Okay? If you don't have one of these and don't want to use one of these things, there's other things you can do. So another thing I like to do is I just take my club and flip it upside down, and I just go with my right hand only on it. Really relaxed grip. And I can look and see the blur of that shaft moving on a nice path, not this way. So you can even see here, see this blur? So I'm just relaxing. And what I'm doing is I'm feeling my shoulders kind of start back, it feels like. I feel weight move into my right foot, inside of my right foot. And then my downswing is my weight moving out to my heel. And then what I'd recommend is, instead of just grabbing driver, hit some little shots with this. So this is a 9-iron, right? I just want to feel the momentum of that weight going. Yeah, it still felt better this way. I could feel my hands get a little bit active. That felt better. And without hitting the ball, making practice swings, I can see by the blur of the shaft that the path looks much better. Hit a little shot. Yeah, so that path was really good. I could see the blur of that shaft was moving out in front of me as opposed to this out to in blur. So now I'll be all hands and arms, right? I mean, this is gonna be terrible. So that swing path I just made, I wish I could show you down the line, but it's just too bright out there. Bam. So if we get this club working this way, and I can feel there's no rhythm to that, there's no momentum happening, the club isn't really pulling away from me really nicely, right? I just want to feel this club pulling away from me, So here, I can feel it pulling out there. There we go. Okay, really good, really relaxed, okay? So this is something about, hey, don't watch the video and do these things. Grab a club and feel this. Get a feel for that club pulling away from you in your backswing, in your downswing. So if you were to let go of the club, boom, it'd go straight back behind me. If I were to let go of the club out here, it'd go out here, straight towards the target. If you get a sense that that club's going to go that way or that way, you know that's that out to in swing path, okay? So work that drill. Feel the momentum of the club. Create centripetal force. It's going to help your swing path, and it's going to help you to get rid of that slice. I hope that helps. We'll see you next time.